When we take over this Gauteng next year, all those people who are hired by Panyaza, Barigidi Panya Panya, we are going to expel all of them because they were not properly hired. They are hired because they are members of the ANC. They are hired because they are campaigners of the ANC. Tell them your time is over. When you meet them in those oversized overalls, you must whisper in their ears, Upelile Baba, here's a EFF next year. Comrades, we want the people who have high walls.
Those guys that are hired for streets, we won't close that. We'll professionalize it. We'll make sure that it is properly, executed in a way that you employ people who are South Africans who are.
The EFF is so cold. It calls Amapanyaza the crime wardens. It calls them Ama green beans. It says through their CIC, of course, once they take a provincial power, they are going to fire all of those guys.
Sure.
What message can you give to the citizens?
I think that's an own goal, eh? But it's not only, I don't know why we're fascinated about talking EFF saying that. Etienne hasn't said, when we take national government, we're going to fire all public servants. That's what he said. So it's not, we may be fascinated about the EFF, but there's somebody who's talking something bigger than what the EFF is.
Those guys that are hired for streets, we won't close that. We'll professionalize it. We'll make sure that it is properly, executed in a way that you employ people who are South Africans who are professional. When you get them,
but the EFF has so much hatred against the green berets, those guys who are called Mapanya Panya, to an extent that Malema has said in his address, once they take over Gauteng, they are going to fire everyone. I can imagine being one of those people who's employed there. A party that's like EFF, who says they are for the people, who have an ambition to come and remove you from your job because you were not appointed by them. They say they are going to make sure that these guys don't have a job, and they call them funny names. They call these guys funny names. I feel sorry for guys who are employed as Amapanya Panya.
There's no one who's going to say Premier is sweeping this out. Not even the green beans.
Amapanya Panya, those guys that are hired for streets, we won't close that. We'll professionalize it. We'll make sure that it is properly, executed in a way that you employ people who are South Africans who are professional. When you get them